we had an issue with none other than your buddy and ours, Nick Cannon.
Mm.
Now, he was on a show with Professor Griff, if I'm correct, Mr. Cortez?
Yes, it was his podcast. He has
Right.
Nick Cannon has a radio show.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it seems as if when Nick Cannon was on, he had some anti-Semitic commentary that was made. I don't know how strong it was, but either way, CBS Viacom thought it was strong enough for him to be axed. And then on top of that, of course, he sends out his apology to the Jewish community. The things that he said that he really just, I guess, had his stuff taken out of context. But now he's saying that black people are now turning on Nick Cannon. So our peoples at TMZ said that Nick Cannon is at his wit's end over his anti-Semitic comments and his apology for them. He clearly feels he is in a no-win situation, and now some fans are concerned about his well-being. Of course, he is the host of The Masked Singer. He let his frustrations out Thursday night, saying, quote, "I heard an entire community, and it pained me to my core. I thought it couldn't get any worse. Then I watched my own community turn on me and call me a sellout for apologizing." He added, "Good night. Enjoy Earth." Now, about an hour later, he followed up on those tweets, and he said, "Y'all can have this planet. I'm out." This is kind of like one of the things that I kind of mentioned when we talked about Deshaun Jackson, Mr. Cortez. If it was a person of Eurocentric descent doing this, of course, everybody would be grilling the person and chastising them, rightfully so. If it was a person of color, should they receive that same type of treatment, verbally or what have you? We basically discussed this and said that, well, you know, he did the crime in the case of Deshaun Jackson. He did his crime and punishment and just let it be. But now we're seeing the other end of the other side of the coin of what can happen when your own people turn against you.
Yeah, and Professor Griff, you know, man, you got your issues. You do what you gotta do, Professor Griff. Is a reason why Professor Griff was kicked out of Public Enemy, man. It was a big reason why.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem was, Nick, you pulled him onto your show, man.
Mm-hmm.
You knew what he was going to spout out. In the black community, we know what Griff be talking about. We know he talks about, you know, nation. I'm not going to say Nation of Islam because some people Nation of Islam they don't follow that doctrine anymore as much as as Jews this, Jews that. But you invite somebody on your show, man. This was going to happen.
Right.
Unfortunately, what you said was just I felt as though the way they handled him was kind of expedient.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't do any kind of formal investigation. They just said, "Fuck it, fire him." As if he was white, maybe they would have gave him the benefit of the doubt and did a investigation before they fired him.
Mm-hmm. That's possible.
Also, Nick did some shit in the past. If I'm correct, he did some shit in the past, man. So they kind of like needed something to get his ass out. Because you got to remember, Nick Cannon is a very powerful African American in the entertainment industry.
Right.
I mean, you know, he grew up in the industry and everything. He became a well-defined actor, entrepreneur. He did something before. I can't remember what he did, man. I think this right here was, I guess they were like, yo, we need to nip this shit in the bud and part ways with him.
So, GPS, what about you? What do you think about the whole Nick Cannon fiasco?
First of all, we said this just last week. When it comes to speaking about Jews in the media, don't. Just leave them alone, okay? Because any sentence you said, if they can be misconstrued as anti-Semitic, they're going to go the fuck off and they're going to want to take everything you have, okay? Rule number 1, leave them alone. Rule number 2, don't put anything out there about Jews that you can't back up without facts.
Okay.
Louis Farrakhan may talk about Jews all day. He may have some things that you don't like, but he can back it up with facts. And you can say what you want, and all you can do is get mad because he don't make his money from you. He makes his money in places you can't touch. That's the other thing going for him.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure you got some money put up somewhere. Keep your mouth shut when it comes to him, and leave him the hell alone. Really.
Mm-hmm.
Now, had he put it out there, listen, I was reading such and such about such and such, and I may be, I'm beginning to believe that maybe blacks are the chosen people as opposed to the Jews as we know them now. See, now you have a discussion for them,
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily your opinion. Nobody can say anything.
Correct.
But, hey, he's got, the recklessness,
Mm-hmm.
slow it the fuck down.
But as far as people of color turning their backs on him, do you feel as if that's just
because he flip-flopped twice?
Mm-hmm.
First you were sorry, then you really wasn't. Now you're mad. Now you're not. Now you're mad again. No, you should have stuck it wherever you were the first time. You should stay right there.
Okay.
And whoever gets mad gets mad. But I think they got mad because now you're moving back and forth. Oh, now you're sorry. You shouldn't have said it. Blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't have said nothing.
You're not gonna make everybody happy, man. I think that's what he was trying to do. Make everybody has PR person was like, make the apology. He made the apology. Then after that, he was like, damn, maybe I should have made the apology.
Yeah.
So made him look wishy washy, man.
Mm-hmm.
He could have still. I think he's still come back from this.